I'm Tom with Music and Madness, your host today. And today we're doing a Zoom podcast with Lee Shapiro. Lee is the founder of the band Hitmen, which is a collaboration of some very experienced musicians that do a lot of great tribute music, mostly to people that some of these people have played with. Is that correct?
That is correct, sir.
All right. Welcome, Lee. How's the weather where you're at?
19.
19. All right. Well, we're going to hit 68 today, so not too bad.
Oh, are you rubbing it in? Is that what's going on here?
So tell us a little bit about the band Hitman and what made you decide to do that way back when?
Well, 15 years ago, going on 16 years ago, I was one of the Four Seasons in the 70s. I did Oh What a Night, Swearing to God, Who Loves You. That was my era. And I recorded those songs and performed at the tender age of about 19, where I started replacing Bob Gaudio. And time went on, and I've stayed in touch with Frankie, a dear friend. God, now it's 53 years. When I joined, he was 39 and I was 20. So I'm 72. So if you do the math, Frankie is 91. But be that as it may, I was with Frankie and Jersey Boys had just won the Tony. And I said to him, everyone's asking me, why don't we go out and do this again? I said, but I don't want to, step on your toes or detract from Jersey Boys. And he said, Lee, we limit the amount of songs that the other tributes do because we don't want it to detract from the Jersey Boys Broadway show. But he said, but you, biographically, were one of the Four Seasons, so you can do whatever you want. And I got in touch with the late Don Ciccone, who was one of the Four Seasons with me, and Jerry Polchi, who sang Oh What a Night. And I said, what do you think? You want to do this? And we had a rehearsal, and we said, with no preparation, we just said, okay, guys, the band was in place. Let's do it. We did Oh What a Night. There was a bit of silence and then laughter. And we started doing it. We did quite well back in 2000, and I guess it was 12. And we performed nationally, and it was really great. But as time went on, you could get a Four Seasons tribute, for $25. So it's the fact that we were the real guys, it was wearing thin. And we moved it up a decade from the 60s to the 70s. And I replaced myself and other members. And we are basically now, I'm managing the band. I don't travel anymore. But we became a classic rock 70s kind of tribute. And we replaced ourselves with Steve Murphy, who was performed with, he was on the Happy Together tour. So all of those artists were Steve's band for a while. And he also was with Alan Parsons, and he worked with Sting, and it's quite elaborate. And we also have Tommy Williams, who worked with members of Derek and the Dominoes, Clapton's band. And I don't have the bios right in front of me, but
Yeah.
Tony Tino on bass, and he played bass for Springsteen for a while. Mike DeMeo was of the alumni of Tommy James, the Sean Hells. Mark Newman played with, oh my goodness, Bobby Whitlock and people like that. Anyway, the whole bottom line is that these guys, they only play songs of people that they performed with or members of those bands. And it took off. We're so thrilled. And we're thrilled to be coming down by you guys to perform the songs of Wings and the songs of Sting and Elton John. And these are all people that played at the Hitman, the Hitman, which we call the Hitman, the Ultimate Rock Concert. And it's basically a classic rock tribute, but only people that we actually participated in.
Yeah, that's a great way to see. I guess you can call it cover music, but again, these are people who played the real deal with the real people somewhere along in their career. And so obviously they're extremely talented. I saw you guys a few years ago, and it was phenomenal. I looking forward to seeing you guys again. And you had two shows, correct?
Can't wait. Can't wait. We can't rock hard enough. You know, we're all like either the 60s or early 70s as far as our age. So for us, we become younger as we play. It all comes flooding back. And I will tell you that these guys we pride ourselves on when you hear the classic rock that is played by the Heritage.
Yeah.
It's authentic. It's
Right.
authentic. If you close your eyes, you're there.
Are the particular players that are coming, how long have they been together on the band?
About 7 years now.
About 7 years. Yeah. So
And
they know
COVID
each other
was
well.
when I was with the Four Seasons in the 70s. We played Bachelors 3, which
Okay.
was in Fort Lauderdale, a club owned by Joe Namath. And when we come back, it all kind of floods back for me because I'm the oldest one. But the guys who are performing, we love playing Florida, Southeast Florida especially. It's just a great thing. The audiences are great, and they remember the songs. It's amazing how any song that we do, they sing along, which is just a real pleasure for us.
For the Villages is a perfect match. I mean, this is where we all grew up.
Well, 55 plus community, right?
It is. And the average age here is 73.
Well, that's our people.
Yeah. Well, again, I appreciate your time, and we look forward to it. I know the Villagers will look forward to it.
Some of the songs that the villagers can expect to hear, like "Feels Like the First Time" and "Open Arms," "Tiny Dancer" by El. The real biggest hits, they'll hear "Layla," and "Close Your Eyes," and you're 25 again.
It takes everybody back to a different place, where they've heard that music before. Yeah.
And you really get these guys singing. There's no tracks. It's just sheer talent and sheer excitement and fun. And we're the first generation of people that didn't grow old.
It's going to be a great two shows, and that's here at the Villages at the Savannah Center. And we'll get the dates.
Super. And also, every one of our songs that the guys play is accompanied by a nice video background because they'll hear some great stories and, most of all, some incredibly super classic rock performed by the guys who were there.
Lee, I appreciate your time today.
Well, thanks so much for this wonderful opportunity and continued success with your podcast. And let's rock.
Sounds good.